Hello, everybody. This is the planet Earth here. How you guys doing today? So, I'm pretty disappointed in this country. Let me just give you a quick explanation as to why. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll try to give you an explanation of why. You know, when the United States was erected back in the old days, I always thought when I grew up that the politicians of the United States were supposed to be for the people and by the people. I thought they were public servants. You know, when I grew up, I thought they were public servants. I thought they were supposed to make laws that only benefited the people of the United States and not their pockets. I thought when this country was erected that they were supposed to be for only the people and by the people. I thought they were supposed to defend our rights and to defend the Constitution to its fullest extreme and only to the Constitution of the United States of America. But it seems like they completely forgot that the United States of America is the United States of America. It's like money talks and bullcrap walks, but at the same time, they've ruined everything. Some of these Republicans, I'm not gonna lie, even the Republicans, some of these Democrats ruined what it was the United States. They ruined everything. These politicians just ruined everything. They ruined everything that everyone ever had. They ruined. I'm not. You know what? At this point now, I'm not gonna say just the Democrats ruined society. I'm gonna say both parties did. I'm gonna say that some of the Republicans ruined society. I'm gonna say that some of the Democrats ruined society too. Let me explain why. Okay, so think about this for a second. In the 60s and in the 70s, right? Let me just give you a little explanation, okay? In the 60s and 70s, we as a nation of the United States of America were pretty safe, except for, of course, some of the cities like LA or New York and parts of New Jersey. But for the most part, and Baltimore, all this stuff that happened to black people, where like the black people were segregated from the white people, that was just pure racism and derogatory. See, if we would have had people that would have been in Congress and in Senate and in the Supreme Court be equal to everybody and not worry about skin color, would there be any hoods? At this point, I'm starting to believe, would there be any hoods, ghettos, if the United States took an approach where they didn't think of skin color, and people didn't think of skin color of black or white or Hispanic or Latin American or whatever? Would this country be violent at all if everybody was treated the exact same way? Would this country be as violent? Would our cities be safer at night? Would we be able to walk down the street and not worry about getting kidnapped, robbed, shot, or anything like that? Like, would this country be a lot safer if all the politicians weren't racist and weren't bigots and idiots and actually cared about the American people instead of caring about their salaries? Would this country actually be safer or would it be worse? I'm trying to figure that one out. Would Detroit have been abandoned by all the. Well, let's see. What did the state representatives do to make Detroit lose all of their car manufacturing plants? Let's see. Oh, that's right. They raised the taxes. They raised the taxes. The Democrats raised the taxes on them and they left. Just like California right now. What do the Democrats do to make corporations wanting to move out? Oh, wait, that's right. They raised the taxes. Instead of fixing the problem at hand, they just raise the taxes. That's how these elitists work. They work by destroying people like me, people in the middle class, people lower middle class, people that are in poverty, that are suffering so badly. And how did they get there? Oh, that's right. They pushed them out by raising taxes to the point where nobody could afford nothing. And the cost of living, because they ruined it for everybody. So at this point, I'm starting to genuinely believe I'm starting to genuinely believe this. That both some of the Republicans and a lot of the Democrats completely ruined this society. Trying to take away people's guns, trying to take people's freedom of speech away, trying to censor everybody. We are becoming a totalitarian society, and it's scary because these cameras that are on these phones can be used for evil purposes if they want so. You think that the phone on the back of your camera is not being at least listened to once in a while by CIA, NSA, or whatever? Trust me, they're listening, and the reason why they're listening, well, they say that they listen because of, if there's any threats against the United States for security, national security. But we know that they use it for other purposes. We'll never find out. Trust me. We have. If you ever look now, let me explain something. If you guys ever look at if you're like in a major city right now, let me give an example, okay? Let me like this guy is insulting me for no reason. Like, what's water? Like, he's insulting me for no reason. These are the kind of people that ruin this country. These are the kind of people that just sit there and talk crap and ruin everybody's lives. So these are the kind of people that ruin the country. That they need to leave the U.S. But listen, let me explain. Have you guys noticed that when you look down the road on if you live in a major city, do you see all the traffic cameras? Nobody ever talks about the traffic cameras. But if you go down on regular streets, like just a standard street, like a standard intersection, look up on top of the telephone poles. In every major city, you'll see cameras. They quietly did this years ago, and nobody talks about it. But there is traffic cameras everywhere. They say they don't use them for malevolent purposes, but they do. Trust me. They are looking at you, watching you, everything that you do. And they even have software computers that can read your plate and follow you as you're going through the city to see where you're going. Don't think that they're not. And they will use that against you in a court of law. They won't say it, but they'll use it against you in a court of law. These traffic cameras, right? Where do they come out of? Nobody ever talked about the traffic cameras. Like, why do they need that many traffic cameras everywhere? On every intersection? Like, what's the purpose of that? So we're exactly like Chris Banks just said. We are exactly like the United Kingdom at this point, because I remember reading a few years ago that the United Kingdom had so many closed circuit TV cameras. They're almost on every block, everywhere. That is considered Orwellian. That is totalitarian. So technically, the United States is already totalitarian. We're already at that point. It's just nobody opens their eyes. They're so glued to their cell phone that they're not looking at the bigger picture. You're being watched through video cameras, through the YouTube, through MySpace, Facebook, whatever site, WhatsApp, TikTok. They're all monitoring your what you do on the phone. Facebook especially. I don't trust them. I don't like Facebook. I only use them because it saves game data on some of the games, which they force you to use, by the way. What's up, Alexandros? How you doing? So, if you actually look, like Karen, go downtown, go to downtown Amarillo right now, or whenever you get a chance, go down there. Go look at the top of the streetlights. You'll see cameras staring at you at major intersections, especially in New Jersey. If you go look at some of the streetlights on top, they got cameras everywhere. So you're being watched, and you're being watched every day, multiple times a day. Even in the country, I've seen these traffic cameras in the middle of nowhere. Like, why do they need to monitor a traffic light that only has like 10 cars a day? Like, why do they need the cameras in the middle of the night? Like, what are they going to look at that? What's the need to look at those traffic cameras? And then 99% of the time, you can't even view those traffic cameras. They don't even let you view them. I noticed that when I call somebody or talk about a certain thing, all of a sudden I get ads pertaining to what I was talking about. Yes, they listen to your conversations. That is correct. They also remember what you type. Everything that you do. I'm not trying to make you paranoid. I'm telling you the truth. You know all those schizophrenics that said, oh, the government's watching us? Duh. Like, it's an invasion of privacy. It's what it is, okay? Like, I understand that the National Security Agency, NSA, needs to weed out these evil people that come into our country and try to kill all of us. But at the same time, it's still an invasion of privacy. So it sucks. We have no privacy. I put myself on the internet because I don't care. But a lot of people that do care about the privacy, they don't know. But everything is recorded. Everything is monitored. You are being monitored as you go down the street. Your cell phone GPS, you'll never know when it's on. Maybe Samsung and Android have a thing with the NSA or whatever, and they watch what you do. They watch where you go. They know your life before you know. Because let me give you an explanation of how I know that they watch you. Let me give you an explanation. So somebody doxed me a few years ago in California, and the FBI came knocking. The FBI came knocking on our door, and somebody had called and said that I was gonna do something to myself. And the actual FBI came, not NSA, but the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations came. They asked me many questions. They took me to their regional headquarters in Los Angeles. They asked me questions of, "Are you gonna do this to somebody? Are you gonna do that to yourself? Why do you have this large ass knife? My knife was 3 inches long. It's legal. It's not even a knife that goes clink. It's just a regular pocket knife. How do they know that I had a pocket knife? I didn't tell anybody I had a pocket knife. But how do they know that I had a pocket knife? I didn't tell anybody that. Nobody knows that I had a pocket knife. Nobody. Not even my dad. So how do they know that I had a pocket knife? Well, I never take my pocket knife out in public. How do they know I had one? That's very questionable. So they must have been spying on me. There must have been cameras in the marina. So the cameras in the marina can zoom in probably times 100. I've seen them up on poles. So they are watching the public. So they were able to get footage from whenever I was walking on the pier or whatever, the marina, and they were able to see the time I pulled out a pocket knife to cut a sandwich. And that was like 3 or 4 weeks before the FBI had come. So they knew I had a weapon, even though it's just a pocket knife. But they knew I had it. Nobody else said anything. Not my dad didn't even know I had a pocket knife, but I had a pocket knife, and they knew I had it. And at the park, they have cameras. So you tell me, personally, why did our freedom disappear? Why are the politicians not actually caring about whites, blacks, Hispanics? Why are they not caring about us? What happened? Where did this all go wrong? Why does nobody care about us? Why does nobody care about the safety of the United States? Why does nobody care about giving tax breaks to people, so people in New Jersey don't have to pay $8,000 in taxes every year and only have to worry about paying $1,000 or $2,000 in taxes? Why are taxes in Alabama like $300 or $400 in a small town, but over here in New Jersey they're $8,000 for what? For what? What does that pay towards? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. What do the taxes go to? Because they're not going to the roads. They're not going to the parks. They're not going to the people that need it the most. They're not going to the homeless. For God's sakes, a couple of days ago, there was a fucking homeless man underneath the street at 28 degrees, and he was shaking violently. How is it that the state of New Jersey can charge people at least $5,000 to $8,000 in taxes in a standard city, but they charge them $8,000 in taxes, but in Pennsylvania it's only $2,000 in taxes, and it's just over the state line, and you'll pay like $2,000 or $3,000 in tax, but then you go to places like Texas, and you might pay $1,000 in taxes, or maybe $1,300 in taxes. And then if you go to a state like Arkansas where nobody wants to live, but I mean, it's actually really nice. You know, Arkansas is actually really nice if you exclude the tornadoes. It's actually a pretty nice state. And you can pay like $800 in taxes, $600 in taxes. And you can have a big ass house. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Just because New Jersey is next to New York City, let's charge everybody 8 times the amount of high taxes. And New York is another whole thing that I don't even want to get into because it just pisses off New Yorkers. Every time I talk crap about their state, they get all mad and pissy-fitted. But I'm going to tell you the truth. The taxes over there are even higher than New Jersey's. That's why they come and live here. That's why native New Jerseyans hate New Yorkers. Because they come over here and then they raise the taxes because all the New Yorkers go to New Jersey because they can't even afford their own state. And they get paid like $8,000 a month. And these people can't even afford their own state. Like, that's what I'm talking about. These politicians, they only care about your money. They don't care about your safety, your well-being, which a country is supposed to. Look at countries that are doing really well. I'll give an example. Iceland is doing really well. Denmark is doing really well. Switzerland is doing really well. Sweden is doing really well. So why are those countries doing really well? And they're for the most part pretty safe. But countries like the United States have so much violence. I don't get this. We got drugs. We got women getting kidnapped. We have women getting slaughtered, men getting slaughtered, kids getting slaughtered. Like, what the hell is going on in our country? We're just as bad as any third world country. We're just as dangerous about. What is going on with our country? Why do we have so much violence? You want to know why? Fucking poverty, man. That's what's ruined our country. Poverty. Poverty and evil, evil politicians that they only care about their money. They don't care about us. At the end of the day, they don't care. Like, do you know any politicians that's ever actually genuinely cared about us? No. I don't know. Ever since I was a child, I was always wondering, like, why do they don't actually care about us? Like, you never see a politician go to the most gangster hoods in Baltimore and say, we gotta fix this shit right now. Like, they had all these years to go into Baltimore and fix the crime. Help the people out that they're in poverty. Help them motherfucker out. They got billions of dollars sent to Maryland. Billions. That could have easily fixed up Baltimore. Fixed all the slums. Fixed all the housing developments. But what do they use that money for? Oh, wait, that's right. Themselves. Why the hell is Nancy Pelosi, what is it? No, not Nancy Pelosi, but Joe Biden. He says he loves the people and cares about the people. He's a Democrat. He has over billions of dollars. Oh, he has a few $1 billion. Why can't he donate some of that to Baltimore and the inner cities that need help the most? So the crime rate will go down. So people don't have to be so stressed out. Oh, wait, that's right. Why doesn't Trump donate? Look, I like Trump, but he needs to donate some of his money. Because I think he's being greedy. He's not helping enough people. Yes, he might care about the country, but he's doing it in the wrong way. He doesn't seem to give a shit about the people. Because real people that give a shit about the people will use their own money to care about the people. I mean, sure, yes. He's not using his money. He's not taking the money from the government for his presidential job. But at the same time, if I was a billionaire, I would try to help people if I could. Why isn't Trump Jr. helping? Why isn't any of the Rockefeller people helping people? Why is nobody helping? Why Bill Gates is a multi. He has a few charity donations, but it's not enough. Why don't these billionaires actually give money back to the people where they need it the most? Why is it nobody helping? Why are all these millionaires ignoring everybody? Like, why? This is what I don't get. We only have one life to live, and if you don't give out, you're not going to get it. Like, when you die, where are you going to go? Like, is it just going to be a blank death? Is everything just not going to be there? Or what? What's going to happen? You only got one life to live, and these people are selfish as hell. This is the reason why there's so much violence and poverty, because the elitists that are rich, they don't want to help the poor. They don't want to help the middle class. They don't want to help anybody. They don't want to get this. Like the fires in California. There's an easy fix for the fires in Cali. There's such an easy fix that it's unbelievable how easy it can be fixed. Or mitigated. Sorry, not fixed. You want to know how you get rid of some of the fires? Find out who the fuck keeps setting them. Find out who the hell keeps setting the fires. Because there's some arsonists out there, serial arsonists, that keep setting these fires more than normal. Because you don't see that in other dry states that have dry vegetation as much. So you guys need to find out in California who the hell keeps setting those fires. Because it goddamn it, well, it's not natural. There's no lightning strikes. It doesn't just happen every year. It happens every single year. It happens multiple times a year. And they keep blaming wind for doing it. Well, it's windy in Colorado, but you don't see Colorado going up in flames. Some of the areas in Colorado don't see snow. So how the hell are their fires not going up in flames? How come you don't see Wyoming going up in flames? How come you don't see Idaho going up in flames? How come you don't see Washington State going up in flames? I mean, sure, they get a lot of rain, but it could still go up in flames with enough fire. But Cali is dry. Yes, it's desert. But at the same time, Nevada's a desert. Arizona's a desert. But you don't see wildfires breaking out all the time over there like that. Not like in Cali. Especially Central Cali and Upper Cali where it's a little bit cooler. You tell me, just explain to me how suspicious it is that these fires keep developing in the state of California. Something is going on in Cali that nobody's talking about. These fires are intentionally being set by somebody or a group of people. It's not normal. It's not normal. Okay? There's other places in the world. I'll give you an example that are being set deliberately. The Amazon is being set deliberately. Okay, that's a rainforest. There's no reason a fire should break out in the Amazon. That doesn't even make sense. The Amazon is wet. It's moist. It has a lot of humidity on the bottom floors where the sunshine doesn't even barely get to it. There's a lot of humidity on the floor. There's no way a fire could just break out like that. It's being done deliberately, and I'm sorry, but it is. So you guys can tell me what you want. Okay? Do you accept donations on Messenger? I can't do PayPal. Um, I don't, I don't know. I don't trust anything but PayPal. It's weird because I get the money immediately. If you donate through YouTube, I have to wait 2.5 months. If you donate through any other means, I have to wait 2 months. Um, and you said Messenger, but I don't know about Facebook Messenger. I don't know how that works. I mean, do you guys agree with me? Disagree with me on any of the points that I made? Like Donald Trump should be donating money to the fucking charities and helping people, like Mr. Beast does. At least he tries to help people get on their feet. Like, and that's that's his own money, but at least he gives it to help people. I mean, he's trying to help people. Unlike Trump over there, who could open up a fake bank and help thousands of people and get back on their feet. Some people only need a few $1,000s to get back on their feet. Some people need more, but for the most part, people that are living in poverty only need a couple $1,000s to get back on their feet, and then they can get the proper job, and then they can get better pay. That's how easy it could be for somebody's life. See, but no, instead of helping people, the elites, they don't give a fuck. If I ever ran for president, I would completely change everything. I would make it for the better of the people. I would keep asking Congress, what do we got to do to lower taxes? What do we got to do to lower taxes? That's what I'll keep saying. And you know what I would do is I wouldn't worry about too much about the military. Now, Trump says he'll bring the troops home. Well, guess what? I'd bring all the troops home. Right, the second I became president, I'd be like, all right, guys, you're coming home. All of y'all motherfuckers are coming home. All of y'all. I don't care. We're going to be out. We're out. If everything happens bad afterwards, so be it. We'll become the hermit country. We're not going to send our troops out, and that's it. We'll support financially some of the countries that need it the most, but other than that, we're out. We're just out. We'll just be out. If everybody wants to bitch that the United States left, well, you know what? Oh well. All right, they've done nothing but hurting us. They make fun of us. They insult and degrade us. They don't need us. They keep saying they don't need us. They want us out of their countries. You know what? If I ever became president, I would just shoot everybody out. I would just, the same day, I would order every single troop home. I don't care if I lost security or nothing. Let me try this.
Yes, I want to see what.
Okay, let's try this out. Oh my god, so good. Mm-hmm. And it's healthy as hell too.
Yes, I added pepper and a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit.
Garlic powder and pepper. Thank you, hon. Oh, it's got some corn. Hey, you like the Texas style corn now, don't you?
I grilled it.
All right.
So it had like a little bit of char.
All right, guys. I'm gonna but they call that socialism.
And I did the Mexican street corn.
Dude, Mexican street corn is the bomb.
So good.
That's like the best shit you could get in San Antonio is Mexican street corn. All right, hon. Anyways, guys, listen. But they call that socialism. But they call that socialism. What does that mean? What do you mean by socialism? Can you explain, please? I don't know, guys. I would just bring all the troops home. I wouldn't even fuck with anything. I would just bring the troops home. I'd order the highest commanders in the United States to bring all the troops home. And then I would have a meeting with all the troops. I would have all the troops meet up. Caring about fellow humans has to mean socialism. Socialism. But let me question you guys on that. You're saying that caring for other humans has to mean socialism. I'm not talking about free healthcare though. I'm not talking about giving them free healthcare. I'm talking about getting them back on their feet. Just enough money to get back on their feet. I'm talking about just enough money to get back on their feet. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, so a bigger question, guys. How, if we can't raise wages, because it would be detrimental to our society then. Okay, what about this? Instead of giving everybody money, how about preventing them from homelessness? How do we do that? How do we do that? How do we prevent people from becoming homeless? How do we do that? Without acting like we're socialists. How do we do that? Nobody deserves to be homeless. Nobody. Alright, Freedom Happy. Take care. I haven't eaten all day. Lower taxes and rent. I think the taxes part needs to be lowered for the rent to be lowered. So, in y'all's opinion, what caused everybody to become homeless? In y'all's opinion. Like all the people in LA right now that are homeless, and all the people in Austin, and in Oregon. What caused them to become homeless? Please explain. So I want to know. I genuinely want to know this. Okay, in y'all's opinion, what do you think caused everybody to become homeless in Oregon, Washington, and California? I'll take y'all's opinions. Just tell me. Okay. If you guys know for a fact that they are causing problems for all of us, right? Okay. But let me ask you a question. A one-bedroom apartment in San Antonio, Texas goes for, on a good side of city. Let me ask you guys a question. A one-bedroom apartment goes for about $900 to $800 in San Antonio. But if you live in the hoods of San Antonio, you can get one for $400 or $500. And they're not... It's not that dangerous every night. It's not like every night someone's going to break into your apartment or something. You know, it happens maybe once every few years, but... Okay. What would you guys consider a fair price for a 600 square feet, one-bedroom apartment? What would you guys consider? What would you guys consider? Jojo, don't you live in New York? Okay, Karen says 600. What do you guys think? Now, take that $600 or $500 for that one bedroom. Should that pricing be everywhere in this country? Everywhere. New York, New Jersey, no matter where you're at living in New York or New Jersey, should that price be that price for everywhere in the country? Yes or no? So, you're saying, okay, so you're saying that a one bedroom, one bath should be about 500 a month for a family of what? 2, 4? Yes or no? Let me give you a hypothetical. Let me just give you a hypothetical. Okay, let me give you a hypothetical. Regardless of how much income you get, I think, in my opinion, it should be the same price, $500 or $600. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. Milk cost me $5 a gallon. It cost my friend down $1.25 down in South Carolina. But if you make, okay, that's a good idea, Abby. If you make more than $500K a year or $150K a year, you should be paying $800 to $1,000. No, $800. Still a fair price a month, and you have a nice ass apartment. I think that all apartments should have a set price, in my opinion. It should not be more expensive or cheaper, no matter who you are. No matter who you are, as long as you don't have a criminal history, and you have a stable income, like maybe SSI, SSDI, or you have a stable job, I think the income should be $600 for $600 for a one bedroom, $750 for a two bedroom, depending on the square feet, and $800 for a three bedroom. My opinion, don't get that as a fact, but I think that would be the most fair pricing, and no matter where you're at in the country, it should be about that price. Now, if you live in a small town, it should be cheaper, because obviously they're not going to pay as much. So in small towns, it should be cheaper. I think New Jersey should be $800 or $900 a month for a three bedroom, and our two bedroom should be like $600 or $700, and a one bedroom should be like $500 or $600. No matter where you're at in New Jersey, no matter where you're at. Not only would you actually make more money because you would have more tenants, but people could actually live their life. There'd be no homeless. So if there's no homeless, there's lower crime. If there's lower crime, then there's no homeless. So why can't the United States follow those rules? There should be a cap limit on how much apartments are charged, depending on what you get per year. If you get less than $30,000, it should be $500. If you get less than $20,000, it should be $400. If you get more than $60,000, it should be $1,000. But they can't discriminate on how much you get paid. See, that's another loophole that people will use is, well, I don't want you in my apartment because you only get paid this. There should be a law that no matter what your income is, if you can afford the base apartment, you should be able to rent that apartment out. It is. It's true. Yeah, they want to keep people broke. You're 1,000% correct. That's it. You are 1,000% correct. They want to keep people broke. You are 2,000% correct. They don't care about the middle class. They don't care about the lower middle class. They don't care about the poverty and stricken people. They don't care about even the higher kind of class people. They only care about themselves. You are 100% correct. They don't care. They got billions of dollars off of you guys, so they don't give a rat's ass about any of us. Yo, that Mexican corn though be bobbing, man. Damn. Right now, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. You are 100% correct. You are 1,000% correct, man. And it sucks. You are 100% correct, man. They don't care about us. They don't care about the poverty-stricken neighborhoods. You're right. You're 100% right. It makes me so mad because it's like, if only the right people were in Congress, this whole country could change for the better. It could be such a better place to live. It could be such a better place to live. I mean, look. I'm just gonna give you an example. Look at Sweden. Look at Switzerland. Look at Iceland. You don't see crime in their country. Always helping each other out. They have different morals, and because of those morals, it's a safe country for the most part. It's so sad. My mom can't even retire. She told me that if she retires now, the payment she would get from Social Security would be taxed so heavy it wouldn't be enough to survive, and we pay $800 a month. Unbelievable. God damn, this Mexican street corn's good. Alexandros, your country was a lot safer before Sweden allowed them to come, though. Now, I hate to say that. Look at the statistics. After they let the immigrations come, it really, really put a tear in your country's safety. I don't think that was the best decision Europe could have made. Jojo Jeep, please don't make me laugh. Is that why they got the boxes ready for us, bro? The far right is winning the polls now. Well, I hope so, man. Cause you need your Republican, man. So, I don't hate Democrats. I just hate the elitists. They have completely shattered the American dream. Well, Abby, go vote for Trump. We need him for another 4 years so we don't have to go insane yet. But my concern is, after these next 4 years is my concern. That's what my concern is. If Trump is not elected president next year, we're really going to start to become a totalitarian society. Look what's happened already. Google censors us, YouTube censors us, and they allow it. They allow it. Legally, they allow it. And it's not right. They legally allow this stuff to happen to us, and for no reason. I got to be careful what I say on YouTube. I don't want to get banned. I love YouTube too much. That's right. The left wing and the right wing belong to the same beast. Correct. That is 100% correct, bro. Term limits, those old politicians need to retire. You're right. You're 100% correct. Yeah, there we go. You are 100% correct. They need to retire. Term limits, these old politicians need to retire, but they won't. You're right. They need to get out of there. They're terrible for the country. It's done. It's over. What has Joe Biden been like a politician for how many years now? He needs to get out. We need fresh Republicans, fresh Democrats up in there. We need people who actually care about the country. Democrats, Republicans, progressives, moderates. Please help us. We need help. Don't you understand? We need help. Our country is fading into the dark. They're trying to take our guns away. They're trying to take our freedom away. This was a great country. I have a vibe that it is the end of freedom. That's what my vibe is, bro. So Democrats, Republicans, listen before you get all mad about guns. Remember, guns don't kill people. People that with evil intentions kill people. Remember that. I've been held at gunpoint now 4 times now. Since I've been in New Jersey. I'm actually going to cry about that a little bit. See my tears flying now. I've been held at gunpoint 4 times ever since I've been coming to New Jersey for the first time. And it's always the bad guys that have guns. It's never the good guys. The good guys always have guns for their own personal protection and family protection. It is the bad guys. They get the guns illegally. They don't get them legally. They steal the guns, or they sell them. They get them sold, or they buy them from the cartels near Mexico. They have like these connector feeds. It's almost like going to a Walmart, but for gang members. And usually where they buy the guns at is either through other gang members, or somebody robbed a house and they took the guns, or they usually get them from the cartels in Mexico, and the cartels charge them like 2 times the amount for guns. And it's just sad because it gets into the wrong hands. People that actually have criminal history, people that have felonies on their records, they get these guns illegally, and then they end up killing innocent people, hurting innocent people, hurting them. I don't understand what goes through their mind of a person who could be so violent towards another human being. I don't understand the connection of why they have to be so mean, and it scares me because they don't have to be mean, and they don't. This country doesn't have to be violent. We could live a good life here if only the police were a lot nicer to people. If only the politicians genuinely cared about the people, and the police stopped being, just mean to everybody. And if they could decriminalize a lot, one thing that I will agree with, and I hate saying this as a Republican, but they need to decriminalize all the drugs. And just let me give you a reason why. Let me give you a reason why they need to decriminalize all drugs. Let me explain. And this has nothing to do with taking the drugs, okay? This is the reason why, in my opinion, that drugs should be decriminalized. What happens if you decriminalize a drug? Well, the first thing that's going to happen is the cartels and the people that are selling these drugs, they're not going to be able to make a lot more money, because now that it's legal, they can open up the drugs in shops and ruin their brains that way. They can open up heroin shops, methamphetamines, and yeah, people are going to die, but that's on their clock. They'll sign waivers, and that's it. If they want to do heroin and fuck their body up, the waivers will be signed that if you die, that we're not reliable. That kind of stuff should happen and scare people more than just arresting people and putting them in jail. I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example. Let me just give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example. A cop pulls over a bunch of people in a car, right? They're sitting on an AK-47. I saw this on A&E, I think yesterday. Instead of taking them to jail, should have took all their drugs away. Should have took all their drugs away and took their cash away and let them go home. And just let them go home. Just let them go home. Fuck it. Just take the drugs away, take the cash away, and let them go home. That would have been a better outcome than taking them to jail and ruining their record forever. Okay, because some people, if they made it all legal, then there wouldn't be anybody really selling this shit like this unless it was legal. And you have to sign a waiver. Like, you have to sign a waiver that, hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to give you this medication here, and it's bad for you, and you're probably going to end up either overdosing like an idiot, or you're going to have a heart attack or stroke because you took too much cocaine. Instead of criminalizing everybody and making everybody feel like criminals because they have mental issues or they have addiction issues, why not just decriminalize it all? And at the state level and at the federal level, oh, that's right. because they can't make money off of it. That's right. But if they did stop this war on drugs and they legalized all these drugs, well, then guess what? People would stop going to jail every 5 seconds. The jails would be a lot emptier for drugs. And if they want to do drugs, they can't do it in front of children. They have to be in their own room. The room has to be dedicated. The police have to go inside the house and make sure everything is good. The drugs have to be in a locked room with like 3 padlocks. If they want to do drugs and they overdose, that they have to sign a waiver saying that I waive my rights, whatever. If something happens, we're not reliable for your death, blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff. Yeah, there should be rehabilitation, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You're right. You're 100% correct. You're 1000% correct, man. We need better family values. Trump is about to declare cartels as terrorists. What do you think of medical marijuana? Marijuana is the only drug that I will agree with that should be recreational at a state level, medicinal at a state level, recreational at a federal level, recreational and medical as a federal level, and all 50 states and territories, including Guam and Puerto Rico. I think the war on marijuana needs to stop. I've taken marijuana before, and I became one of the happiest people you would ever meet in your fucking life. Like, I was so... Look, I got so high one time, no joke, on medical marijuana. I had a valid license at the time. I got so high in Los Angeles that I stared at the fucking palm trees for like 2 hours crying at how beautiful the palm trees are. That's when you know that you've hit a really good dose of medical marijuana. That's when you know that you took a hit and you were like... The palm trees are so beautiful. And I fucking just bawled out, dude. I fucking bawled out. I was like looking at the palm trees and they were just waving in the wind in Los Angeles because it's like perfect temperatures and you smoke it and you're like, ah. And then you look at the palm trees and you're just like, those are some of those beautiful palm trees. And you just fucking bawl out and then I attack a Subway. I literally went to Subway and I was like, so... I'm high right now. I want a gigantic thing of a 12-inch Subway, extra cheese, extra salami. Slap me some of that turkey on there, and they were just laughing at me, and I was laughing too. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I was like, "Oh guys, hit me up with some of those cookies too." Before I became like gluten intolerant and bullshit, so they hooked me up with some cookies. They said, "Hey, you want a free drink?" I said, "Yeah." So I got a Dr. Pepper, and I got myself a couple of Subway sandwiches. Bro, I was so stoned. I hammered those things down within, like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. I was, like, huffing them down like it was the end of the world. And they were laughing. Everybody at the store was just laughing. I was like, yo, these are some of the best Subway sandwiches I ever had. And I was, like, doing the face like that. And they just started bawling, bro. They were, like, laughing. It was fun. I mean, I had a fun time in Cali, like... They were laughing. They were like, go. And I was like, yeah, what do you want me to do? Eat the Subway. And they were just all laughing. We were having a good time. And marijuana can make you laugh like a hyena. You could be, I don't know, like you could be stuck in the middle of the desert during the fall. And you could just hit marijuana. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, I'm stuck. What's up, desert? How you doing? Let's go see if we can see some coyotes. That's how you would be. Like... Guys, you remember the trips? I don't know, my old subscribers. You guys remember when I used to do trips in the California desert and shit? Does anybody remember that? Like, do any of you guys actually remember those days? Where, like, I would do trips to, like, the desert, middle of nowhere, and I'll give you a hint. Okay, Alexandros would remember. Okay, when I was at the Little Alien Inn, in Rachel, Nevada, the first thing I did, I puffed, and then I puffed some more. I smoked some California Kush, okay? And I went to Rachel, Nevada, and I went to the Little Alien Inn, and I smoked like 3 hits. And then I got so paranoid. But it was like a comfortable paranoid, like the government's watching me while I drive down these dark desert roads. And as I was going up to the base, I was like getting scared, and my heart was racing. I was like, ah, shit. And I'm fucking, like, nervous as hell. Then I see the camel dudes, and I'm like, oh, shit. I better fucking stop at this stupid sign. And when I said, let me take a selfie, for first, let me take a selfie, it reminded me of that song that I remember hearing. I don't know if, I don't, was I the first person? Wait, first, let me take a selfie. Or had that song come out already? I don't remember. But anyways, okay, so I was smoking weed when I went to Area 51. I don't know if you guys remember the videos I made of like the recordings I did. But dude, I was stoned off my mind when I went to the desert. Because you have to be stoned so you don't get anxiety. And, you know, I took it with some lorazepam because I was anxious. See, what happens is the marijuana makes you happy, but it makes you anxious. What you doing, Raymond? Yeah, so anyways, I was going through the desert and all of a sudden, boom. Fucking just pure panic, and then I take some lorazepam, and when I went to the desert, I didn't see nothing out there. The only thing I saw was a stupid gated fence, and I did see a couple people watching me, but they were coming through like a one-way glass, and I could kind of see them a little bit. They were watching, but it's hard to see them because obviously it's Area 51. They have to be very secured, because if their faces get exposed on any video, they can't work for Area 51 no more. They can't go to Nellis Air Force Base anymore. I don't like being paranoid. Nope, I'm traumatized from all the years of panic and paranoia. No, like, well, weed makes me paranoid, so I don't do it no more. Like, no matter what kind of brand I take, it makes me paranoid, so I don't take any of the indicas or the other ones. I don't do that no more because it makes me paranoid. I don't like the paranoia I get with them. But there is one strain that I can't get here in New Jersey, and it's California Kush. For some reason, California Kush does not make me paranoid. I don't know why, but that one doesn't. And it just hits you so nice. It is beautiful. And medical marijuana alters your brain. It does. It brings your anxiety up to another level sometimes, but some people can take marijuana and it's like 0%. I don't know how. I really don't know how. I heard medical marijuana alters your brain. I do not be paranoid. Yes, you were paranoid. Yeah, but when I went to the Alien Inn, it was a lot of fun. I wish you guys could have been out there with me, but there was no cell phone coverage. I couldn't upload any. Sorry, I couldn't upload any videos until I actually got to Area 51, and then got back to Los Angeles. There was no fast internet back then. Hold on. And then when I got back from Area 51, it's like, I don't know. I enjoyed the trip. It was a fun trip. And then seeing the deserts and then seeing Cali and all that stuff was a lot of fun. And then I went to Grand Teton National Park in Los Angeles. It's about 200 miles away. You get to see the biggest Sequoia National Forest. They have the biggest trees in the world. You can drive through the fucking trees with your car. That's how big the trees are in California. They're huge. They're gigantic. It's ridiculous, man. Beautiful. And I was stoned when I was going to the national park, and I thought I saw bears. It was beautiful, guys. I wish you guys could have been there with me. Pure Kana CBD? What is that? What is that? I heard medical marijuana alters your brain. I don't know about that. Pure Kana I never heard of that. I've never heard of Pure Kana CBD. Sorry. But anyways, I'm just trying to tell you guys. Like right now, it's 32 degrees outside. It's cold as hell. Oh, it's a high grade CBD oil. So what does the CBD do for you, Abby? Like what does it do for you? And who here is JoJo Jeep still here? JoJo Jeep, are you still here? I don't think JoJo Jeep is still here anymore. I want to ask him a question. Is JoJo Jeep he's not here no more? Oh, okay. Guys, tell me, what was your best experience ever? It doesn't matter what it is. Just tell me what your best experience was. Wait. Does CBD oil act on your Does CBD oil make your heart race like regular marijuana or no? I'm curious. I'm actually pretty curious about that. No, cause, cause let me see. Let me see about the CBD. Cannabis. Okay, let me read this real quick. Okay, cannabidiol is a compound derived from cannabis plants. It may help people with anxiety reduce their symptoms with few or no side effects. Research on cannabis oil is still in its infancy, but there is mounting evidence to suggest that some people can get relief from anxiety. Benefits. Research and evidence. Several studies point to the potential benefits of CBD for anxiety. For generalized anxiety, the National Institute of Drug Abuse says that CBD has been shown to reduce stress in animal studies. CBD may also help treat anxiety-induced insomnia. An effective dosage can range from a little as a milligrams of CBD-enriched cannabis oil to a gram or more. Begin with a very small dose of high CBD, low THC oil, especially if you have little or no experience with cannabis. Take a few small doses over the course of the day rather than one big dose. Type. Early research shows promising signs that a product made from cannabis known as cannabidiol oil may help relieve anxiety. Is it true? Does it actually work? Is there any proof? Does it actually work for anxiety? Because if it kills it, I might actually take it. Guys, tell me about the CBD oil. Put it in my comment section on the bottom of this live stream when it finishes. Because I'm actually kind of curious. Does this shit actually work? Because everybody's always like talking about CBD oil. Always like I've had so many people in my comment section. Ben, try CBD oil. Ben, try CBD oil over the last like 3 years, and I usually just ignore it. So if you guys are serious about this, I mean, I'll see what happens. I mean, I just don't want to have like a high blood pressure attack or something off that stupid shit. So if you guys can prove to me that CBD oil might work, well then hell, does it work better than Ativan? I take it sometimes at work, but only temporary. I have severe anxiety to begin with. I take it every night before bed. I'll sometimes feel my heart race when I'm trying to sleep. It does help me. The number one thing is getting the proper brand. Make sure it is pure and tested for purity. The one thing to know is CBD alters your metabolism. So if you take it with meds, it will affect how the metabolism metabolize in your body. Oh. Well, if you guys have any proof that CBD oil works, well, then I would be very, very proud of you guys if you guys could... You know what? Guys. Find me a cure. Wait. Why do I look so weird? Yo, this camera does not do me justice. I think the iPhone camera's better. Guys, if it works, find me a cure to anxiety, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Leave some CBD oil links. But only the purest and highest quality form, okay?